PSA to Arsenal and the fans. This is why we shouldn't be getting gassed when other teams drop points and we go, oh, it's okay. We still gained a point on Forest, even though we dropped a point at Forest. We dropped 2 points at Forest. It's okay because Villa ended up dropping points and so did City. So actually, we're better off this week. How about no? How about when you're supposed to capitalize, you capitalize on the points, and when we don't, we set a higher standard for ourselves to make sure we go and get three. This is why when we have the opportunity to go 7 points, to go 9 points clear, you go 9 points clear. We could have been 12 points ahead by now. And this is what happens. Now we're down to 4 points. Villa and City are down our backside. Now, thankfully, we've got Kyra on Wednesday to pick our hopes and dreams off the floor. But this happens season in, season out. When will it change? Start of the first half, application was good. And let me also start by saying, again, not panic stations, but what is a worry is this repeated thing from Arsenal. United haven't beaten Arsenal at the Emirates since 2017, bro. 2017. And United also relaxed because your team, story for another day. 2 wins in the bag, though, looking good for them, and they played super well today. You've got to give them credit for that. But we started well. Moving the ball quicker with some urgency. We were getting in. Trossard and Saka were causing a bit of damage. Jesus was getting on the ball. But even though we had all of the possession in the final third, it was this thing again of, blunt. It's a blunt sword. We couldn't cut through United properly. Odegaard again, often fidget spinning in midfield. We looked better when Saliba and Timber were coming further in and trying to play off each other, but something just wasn't quite there. And United didn't have any chances for like the first 30, 40 minutes. They were barely in the game. But this is what happens with Arsenal. When you don't take your chances, you end up being liable to concede. And funnily enough, we did get our chance. 29 minutes in, we got the goal, which was a fantastic dinked pass by Saka, who I think, all things considered, had a decent game today. Dinks the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard takes a shot, which heads towards Timber, who's battling with Martinez. I thought Timber actually got the touch on it, but it wasn't Timber. Came off of Martinez's heel and went into the goal. It took only 3 minutes. I think, was it 3 minutes? Whatever it was a short amount of time for Mbeumo's goal, which was Rice passes the ball to Saliba at the back. Saliba squares the ball to Zubimendi at the back, and he should have really just dropped his shoulder and continued going towards the byline. Instead, he makes an emergency pass back to Raya, 1-1. And from that point onwards, 1-1 at 37 minutes, this leaves a psychological uphill battle for you, because you've just given Man United the edge 8 minutes before going into halftime. As soon as we come out of the second half, the game's lost from there. The game is absolutely lost from there. Man United now have us on the back foot, and we have no cutting edge. 54 minutes in, Arteta makes 4 subs, first of its kind. Never seen that kind of business before. Arteta brings on Gyökeres, he brings on Noni, he brings on Eze, he brings on Ben White. Finally seeing some early substitutions. And what did we get from any of them? Zilch. Absolutely nothing. United had chances. Dorgu had another chance. Cunha had another chance, and it ended up being Dorgu in second half with his 50th minute goal. Again, lackluster, not defending properly. Fernandes and Dorgu playing 1-2s. Fernandes gets a touch on it, bobbles at Dorgu. Absolute fantastic finish. 2-1 up. Again, nothing from us after that Dorgu goal. Again, our 4 subs come on, nothing really from us. Gyökeres had better hold up, but again, no threat on goal. Noni, heavy touches, heavy passes. Ben White, heavy touches, heavy passes. Saka switched wings. Again, something we need to see more, because Hincapié, although he did well, his crossing was terrible today. So Arteta, I need to see you start to do things like that more often. If we need a player that can cross, we know Saka's got a left foot, switch the wings. Today it didn't work because we came into the second half on the back foot, and the players, and they didn't do themselves justice at all. Eze, when he came on, what did he do? Missing. Got a couple of touches, a quick 1-2s as well, but want to see more. We know he's a moments player. He's got it in him, man. He's got it in him. I want him to perform. Just did not have it. Did not have it. Mikel Merino was another one of the subs. Did I even mention him? So Merino, Eze, Noni, White, and Gyökeres, 5 subs. Merino came on in that sub overhaul. Did nothing until his goal. Super clutch player. Just somehow creates goals. I don't even know how he kicks the ball, but he manages to have impact. Had more impact than both Jesus and Gyökeres. At least he got a goal. But then 87 minutes in, it's his slip. He's incredibly slow, turns like a bus, slips on the floor. Rice then has to try and recover and chase Cunha, and nobody in midfield is there to stop it. Zubimendi, no, it was Gabriel at that time who tries to stop it, turns his back. Cunha whips it right around Gabriel into the bottom corner, puts United 3-2 up, and the away end goes nuts. And all in all, you look at the stats, you know, even bun the stats, the scoreline is what matters here. United won the game. Fair and square, they deserve to win the game. 15 shots, 4 on target for us, 10 shots, 3 on target for them. Again, we conceded way too many goals today. Yes, quite a few of them one was a mistake, 2 were basically wonder goals. But again, you don't take your chances. This is what you end up with. Only 4 points ahead of City. And look, Arsenal have to start. We need to fix up. We need to fix up. We've got Leeds, then Sunderland. Sunderland's not going to be easy. Leeds is not going to be easy. Brentford won't be easy. Tottenham won't be easy. We've got hard games coming up. We've got hard games coming up, and we've got a semi-final in between that as well. So look, Arsenal need to really, really fix up. The other thing I want to talk about is a handball. That's like, I don't know how that's not a handball. If you're really trying to make an argument of the supporting arm, nobody puts Maguire down to go there. Like, I don't know why he's sliding sideways. So it's not like he's been pushed over and he's using his supporting arm to support himself. And also his arm's not directly under him. It's kind of extended. So I don't know in what world that's not a penalty. Regardless of that, though, let's not even blame the refs. Let's blame Arsenal today because we should do our job. We should just finish our chances, finish our dinner. We didn't do that. We have to go on to Kairat. Yeah, and Zubimendi, I'm not gonna lie, he has to be called into question. He's been a solid signing for us since coming in. It's not an easy move coming from Spain to the Premier League, coming straight into an Arsenal team, picking up the mantle from a player in Partey who played the role in the 6. Obviously, absolute waste man, but in terms of what he provided the team, the role of a 6 in terms of a holding midfielder, the interceptions, but also the ability to drop the shoulder, play the ball forward, but also defend the back 4 adequately and play passes under pressure and be press resistant. I think Zubimendi struggles with the press resistance and the physicality. And like, here's a key stat which just highlights exactly that. If you have a look at Opta analysts here, so Arsenal have committed 3 errors leading to goals in the Premier League this season. Martin Zubimendi has been responsible for 2 of them, also versus Spurs in November. You know, that 6 points could really cost you. It could really, really cost you. And we can't afford to be dropping points like that. You know, so look, we've got to do better. Again, what's Norgard in this team for if you can't rotate Zubi? He's also played a lot of football. So yeah, but just gonna leave you with this from the boy Mags. Man of the match performance, even doing the goalkeeper's duties, saving this shot from Marino. Well, people, that's that. United 3, Arsenal 2. On to the next game. I've been away for a minute, but appreciate you lot listening. That's my analysis. Let me know your thoughts down below. It's been your boy NOG. Peace.